Have you caught the retirement bug? It's a highly infectious neurological condition that tends to affect people in their late 40s and beyond. 1 minute you're happily working, earning, buying things, a bigger house, a nicer car, the latest tech. Then suddenly you start asking yourself, what am I actually doing this for? Because you realize you're trading your most valuable asset, your time, for things that lose value, cost you more, and steal your freedom. I was about 46 or 47 when I caught the bug. Before then, I would happily spend my time and money acquiring things, not thinking about my future, only looking at the present time. Then I caught the retirement bug. This highly infectious condition is like a switch in the mind. It doesn't mean that I worked less. In fact, it motivated me to work harder, doing overtime when available, but no longer focusing on buying stuff. Now I was focusing on buying time. So every spare penny we could save went towards our future retirement. Whether that was into our pensions, or taking advantage of a very timely save as you earn scheme at our workplace. It was all going into the equation that would enable us to retire sooner. And we're not big earners, we're just an ordinary couple with a joint income equivalent to about 2 people working full-time on the national minimum wage. Once we caught the retirement bug, we focused in by reducing our costs, cancelling subscriptions that we no longer really used, and always trying to save money on the annual renewals or insurance or energy, and looking round for the best mortgage deals. All of it focusing in on how we can maximise our retirement savings. Every penny saved was time saved for our future. Our Save As You Earn scheme that we have talked about recently was a massive win. This alone can account for about 7 months earlier retirement. The overtime that I did several years ago, that was another 6 months or so of earlier retirement. And the 2 big decisions were to lead a fairly frugal lifestyle by cutting costs, and to aim to use all our pension savings during our early retirement before we reach the state pension age, as the state pension, as we have shown on previous videos, will provide more than enough income for us both. This decision to draw down our pension in full has enabled us to retire probably 7 years earlier than the conventional method of buying an annuity. We still enjoy life. In fact, we probably spend more than we should do on holidays. But now the focus is on experiences and time rather than acquiring stuff, clutter, and things that are a burden on your freedom. We have well and truly caught the retirement bug. The only problem with this retirement bug is, like I said, it's a neurological condition that once caught is virtually impossible to cure. In fact, the pull gets stronger each day as you realise you're wasting precious time, unknown time that you have left on this planet working for some big corporation. And then you realise to them you're just a number. So this retirement bug gets stronger each day. I'm fighting a massive battle with it at the moment. It was fine until several years ago when it was just a bit of planning, maximising my savings so that I could put a bit more into the pension. But now, as the light at the end of the tunnel approaches, with just about 4 years to go, I'm basically a moth, just waiting to get to the light as quickly as I can. I can even see the other side now. The extra time, the freedom, the chance to be my own boss, plan the days how I want to spend them, rather than the daily drag of the 9 to 5. But the attraction to the retirement light is causing me a problem. Virtually every day I think to myself, I could just quit work now and retire, sell the house, go travelling, buy a camper van, live life and make the most of the time remaining, it'd probably be the worst financial decision of my life. But that doesn't necessarily mean it'd be the wrong decision. How does everyone resist this temptation to run towards the finishing line? I know I should probably just stick to the plan, but it feels boring and sensible, and the pull of the light feels exciting and challenging. It actually reminds me of those old computer strategy games that I used to play in the 80s. So at the start, everything's a challenge. You've got limited resources. You're trying to build something. Every decision matters. But then you reach a point where you've got everything set up. The upgrades are done. Money's not really an issue anymore. And the game just becomes easy, boring. And that's exactly what I feel like right now with our retirement plan. You see, it's the early stages where the challenges lie. The excitement of having to think how you can best achieve your aims. So that got me thinking, and this is where it gets dangerous. Is this retirement bug actually a problem, or is it just clarity? Because when you strip it all back, what's really changed? It's not my job. It's not my income, and it's not even the plan. It's not changed that much. Over the last few years, it's how I now value my time. Before, time was just there. You know what it's like. When you were younger, time didn't matter. Retirement seemed like another lifetime away. Now it feels finite, measurable, and valuable. Every year really matters. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. I think when you catch the retirement bug, you end up in one of three stages. So stage one, you ignore it. Now, I believe this is only possible if you catch the mild strain variant. So you carry on as you were, keep spending, keep working, keep telling yourself that retirement is something to think about later. And to be fair, most people do exactly that. And maybe not out of choice, but maybe a lack of knowledge or curiosity to look into options. You see, without the knowledge, you don't really, truly catch the bug. Stage two is where we've been up to now. This is where you gain some knowledge. You've looked into your options, you optimize, you focus, you build a plan, you cut costs, invest more into your retirement plans, and make smarter decisions, all with the goal of retiring as soon and as early as possible. It's the sensible route. It works, but it does require patience. Now, it's easy at first, but the closer you get, the harder it becomes, resisting running towards the next stage. So there's stage three, and this is the one that sits at the back of my mind most days now. You're nearly at the finishing line. We've only got 4 years to go. However, you've done the man maths. You could probably make sacrifices to make the sums add up. Then you act on it. You don't wait, you don't optimize for the perfect financial outcome. You just go, retire straight away, downsize or sell the house straight away, change your lifestyle completely. Feel the buzz of not knowing what the future holds and the excitement of the unknown. The chance to learn along the way and become your own boss. Buy the camper van, travel around the world and take control of your own time. And to be honest, this is one that's pulling at me most right now. I can picture it so clearly. I've even made travel plans for what countries I could visit at different times of the year. It'd be a frugal, nomadic lifestyle, and whilst it would have its downfalls, the benefits would be bliss. Waking up without an alarm, no commute, no deadlines, just deciding what the day looks like on the day. and spending more time doing things we actually enjoy. And for the first time, being fully in control of our time. That's the hard bit to ignore. And honestly, at the moment, I'm finding it hard to resist this, even though my sensible side says just stick to the plan, don't muck it up. I'm really finding it hard at work to have the motivation to continue. You see, nobody knows how long their own personal clock lasts. You could have everything set up for your planned retirement, but maybe you never get there. Why should you deny yourself one last adventure in life? You've done the time at work, put in the effort, learned the skills. Is it now the time to move on and take control of your life? Don't get me wrong, I know that numbers still matter and walking away too early could undo years of planning. But that doesn't stop the feeling, and that feeling is very hard to resist. So have you caught the retirement bug yet? And if you have, what are you doing about it? What stage are you at? What options do you have? Are you sticking to the plan, or are you tempted to make the jump early? Let me know in the comments, because I've got a feeling I'm not the only one thinking like this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.